Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the trader among us,
Sarah.
And today we're doing our review of Corinth. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right. In Corinth, players draft dice and take actions in various parts of the market. You'll send your steward to the market, deliver goods to the shops, and build buildings to help secure your place as the savviest trader. All right, Will, so why did we get this game?
Well, this got recommended to you.
Yes, well, not directly, but I saw my friend Benny Sperling posting about it. It looked really neat, and we like roll and writes.
And what's more is he designs a lot of roll and writes.
Yeah,
So when you have someone who's, neck deep in a particular genre of gaming that says, hey, this game that I didn't design is good.
Yeah,
we take notice.
Yep. And as usual, not that I place cool stuff orders all the time, but seems like several of these games have been coming from those recently. I needed to get over $100 to get free shipping, and this got thrown in.
Yeah, if you're keeping track at home, we're about $1,000 in. Free shipping.
I swear I've only placed a couple orders in the last couple of months. Anyway, what do we like about the game?
Well, it actually plays fast. It's a nice, light roll and write with some drafting, clever mechanics thrown in.
Oh, yeah. I really like the dice. The dice drafting, because whoever's active is going to roll all the dice, and the highest value goes up at the top of this board, and it's going to be the coins or the gold or whatever it's called. And then from there, you start back at the bottom with the lowest numbers all get put for the goats, and then, olive oil, wine, or whatever.
Yeah, there's some rugs in there,
but
spices.
You place all the same number as you go up, but then that also means that some of them might not get dice.
Usually spices don't.
Usually spice. Like, we've actually had a game where no spice was rolled.
Yeah.
And then each person's going to take all of one type and do something with it. And I just find that drafting element really neat.
Yeah, one thing that I liked, and this was from a design standpoint, is they really looked at, okay, we understand that the person who chooses first has an advantage, and the person who chooses second is better than the person who chooses third, and so on. They built that into the design, so much so that they're even saying, well, if you're going first, you can have an additional benefit. You can pay money and get yellow dice, roll those to have additional choices from. Once you take your turn, those yellow dice go away. It's only for you. And they looked at it like, okay, how do we make sure to divide this all up that every player will have an equal number of first, second, third choice amongst the entire game?
Agreed.
So they really took that into consideration, which I absolutely love from a designer standpoint.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it may make the two-player game a little confusing at first because you do a snake pattern where whoever's active takes the first action, the second player takes the second action, but then it goes back to the first player to take a first action. But then on the next round, you swap who gets two actions and who gets one action. And like you said, it's an equal amount in the whole game. So that's really great that they did that. And shouldn't move on any further without saying there is a free print and play of this available. And I will link that in the show notes. So do check that out because you could try it before you buy it. And I think that's awesome. They offered it right at the beginning of the pandemic, I think. Because I think that's when this came out. It was a little bit before the pandemic hit. And then the pandemic hit. And they were like, hey, we know life is tough right now, so try it. Yeah,
and all you'll need is 3 dice to represent the yellow.
Right.
And then 9 of whatever other, and they're all 6-sided.
Right. Generally, if you've got a lot of white dice, get 9 white dice, and then get 3 dice of any other color. You can go for yellow if you want to be accurate to the game, but it could be anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Heck, you don't even have to be boring with white dice. You can go, tangerine dice.
Whatever you have the most of will work.
Yes.
All right. I think that covers a lot of what we really like about the game. So what do we not like about the game?
It's trading in the Mediterranean. Again.
Oh, I'm so tired of trading in the Mediterranean.
Yeah. The problem for me isn't so much that it's trading in the Mediterranean. What the problem for me is because of how many there are out there, it just gets lost in a sea, well, the Mediterranean
Indian
Sea,
Sea.
of all these games with this theme.
Yeah, agreed.
So I would look at it like I can't tell one from the other because they all just start blending and blurring together.
Because I'll be honest, I probably have seen this game somewhere and probably completely ignored it. And if it wasn't for Benny posting about, hey, this is a really cool roll and write, I probably wouldn't have noticed this game ever, and I wouldn't have known there was a free print and play or anything. Because
in fact, didn't you find out about the free print and play after you bought the game?
Yes, after I bought it, I posted about playing it. Somebody else said, oh yeah, that game is good. There's a free print and play. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm going to tell people about that because it's a good way to test a game before you go and buy it, if you're going to buy it.
That's how much it blurs is
Yes.
completely passed over the free version of this game.
I didn't even know. It never crossed my radar at all. And so, I mean, now I can see why so many older games are getting re-released now with other themes. And it's just because it's tired. It's so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just think of a half a dozen more interesting things. But anywho, so the only other thing that we didn't really like is the rules were a bit confusing. It wasn't the best translation. I totally didn't understand how you're supposed to cross off the round track until we played it with our friends. So,
Yeah. It has word choices that I think is what trips us up. Mm-hmm. And it's not. I've seen worse.
Oh, definitely.
A lot worse.
It was just a confusion.
Yeah.
So
we knew how many turns we were supposed to have, and we had that.
We always played it correctly. It was just crossing off the dice. I didn't understand how that worked. So we had to work extra hard at remembering whose turn it was and how many rounds we had left.
Yes.
But that was it. Otherwise, those were the only problems we had about the game.
Yes.
So,
who's this for?
Who this is for? This is basically for anyone who wants a lightweight roll and write with dice drafting, and doesn't mind that it's another Mediterranean trading in the sea type game.
Yeah, for that reason, I think this is going to appeal more towards gamers and not the casual gamers, because they'll look at it and it doesn't matter how light or not.
I mean, unless they like goats. The goats are cute.
But you don't get goat meeples.
Well, that's true. That would have been
They're
cuter.
just goats you have marking on the
that's a good point.
sheet. Yeah, this might be a really hard sell for someone who's casual. And it's not that they couldn't play it. They just don't want to play it.
Yeah, it's not something that they would be drawn to.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yep.
All right. Rating.
So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, a reason why, add them together, see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Corinth roll for you?
It rolled a 4. I think this is a really solid, lightweight, roll and write game that I may not always remember about, but I would definitely play if someone asked. And I can see now that we have the print and play with our friends that we would be playing this for our iGame nights because it is very easy to play over the phone because you just need to know what the dice are that were rolled and you just go and order it. So it works really well. I'm just not enamored of the theme.
For me, same thing. Same reasons.
I stole his thunder.
Yeah, so the Mediterranean theme, I think, is a detriment to this game.
Yeah.
Because it is a good game. It has very clever mechanics. It flows very well at multiple player counts. I don't feel anything is very unbalanced or anything, so I enjoyed what I play. What I don't really care for is the theme, and that's because, well, I'm not going to remember it. I'm not going to...
Well, at least you can pronounce the name.
I can pronounce this one. The game that it's based off, the bigger one, I have no chance of pronouncing it. It had letters that go in front of other letters that I'm not used to seeing, so it intimidates me. Corinth, yes, I can say. I just can't remember.
Yeah.
I will remember that it's the goat game.
That's funny, but me too. I think I would, because there's always my friends are like, oh, I remember this game by something. Like, I remember the smoothie game or whatever. Yeah, this one's the GOAT game.
Yes.
But it's worth checking out.
Yeah, especially because there's free
print and play. I would say, what did we score? 8 out of 12?
Yes.
Is worth checking out a free print and play.
Yes. All right. Well, that will do it for us. And Sarah, if you weren't trading in the Mediterranean, where would you be trading?
Oh, that's easy. I would probably be trading in a fantasy world and probably trading like magical items or something fun like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, what about you?
I would be trading in Kokomo.
Okay.
I'd be trading Beach Boys.
Just Beach Boys.
Yep.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Kinky. Well, that will do it for us, and we have been Rolling with Reviews. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two. That's TWO. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And if you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.